Hey guys, long time no video. It's been so crazy around here. Anywho, I was in the craft room cleaning. I know that's crazy too, me cleaning. And I found some of the ribbon that I bought a while back, which was some of my absolute favorite. It's the No Paparazzi Please ribbon, and it's got this cute little camera print with it. See, isn't that cute? Anyways, so I decided to, throw cleaning out the window and get a little crafty today because I've not done that lately. And I figured that I would go ahead and make a hair bow and maybe give you an idea if you are feeling less than crafty these days and just need a little inspiration. And I will give you the links where you can find the ribbon and yeah, all that detail. It will be on the Facebook page or in the Facebook group, and I will leave links down below under the video. But this is the bow that I'm going to make, No Paparazzi Please. And actually Kennedy has like 2 of these made with the same ribbon, but I love it so much that I want to make another one. And yeah, but that's what we're gonna do. Okay guys, so I'm going to be working with these 2 ribbon prints. They're going to be the main star of the bow, and as you can see it says No Paparazzi Please, and this one's got little cameras all over it. Cute. And I realized that I've already used this for one bow that we did in a past tutorial, but I love it so much we're going to go ahead and do another one. And I've got some corker ribbon already corked. I've just got to clip it into the desired length. Over here you'll see various prints and ribbons and just all kind of patterns. This one actually I bought around Christmas time. It's a frilly purple, I don't even know what it is. It's like a trim actually, and tinsel, that's what it is, and it's on a wire, so it's going to be easy to fold. I've also got this sequin print trim, and then these coordinating ribbons. They're going to be used for the filler. I'm also working with a 2-inch French barrette. It's just what I prefer. And I've also, here's some more ribbon. I'm going to be using my Stiffen Quick. You can use your hairspray, whatever you use to stiffen your ribbons. And I hate to say it, but we are going to be using a needle and thread because I'm out of my elastic that I usually use for my loopy bows. Of course, you'll need your scissors and your heat sealing device. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First thing that we are going to do is we're going to line our clip with some 3/8 inch ribbon. And what you want to do is there's a clasp inside the French barrette. You're going to take that out. Just gently pull on it. You don't want to bend any of the parts. It'll come right out. Now you just want to take your glue gun and you want to go ahead and add glue, and then you're just going to glue your 3/8 inch ribbon on top. Okay, so I've already covered the front of my clip with the ribbon. I'm going to leave the back free for now. But go ahead and trim off about 5 to 6 inches of your ribbon, just like this. And we're going to leave this hanging until we're finished with the entire bow, and then we're going to go ahead and put it on the bottom like we do our normal clips. But we want this free for now, trust me. Okay, the next step, I went ahead and cut my ribbon pieces. I'm using 3 pieces of 7/8 inch ribbon, and the ribbon measures 22 inches long. I'm using this camera print. It's going to go on both sides of my No Paparazzi Please. That's going to be the main focal point of my bow. 3 pieces, 22 inches in length, and I'm making 4 good loops for my loopy bow. If you want more loops, then of course you'll need longer pieces of ribbon, and my loops are going to measure probably about 2 inches high. I'll explain that when we start though. So go ahead and gather your pieces for your main loops, not the fillers, just the loops. Okay, and here's what I do. Here's my 3 pieces of ribbon. I go ahead and layer them. One of the camera will be on the bottom, in the middle will be my focal ribbon, and then on top will be that other camera piece. Now I'm going to come down here near the end. Make sure your ribbons are lined up. And I'm just going to put a crease right here at the end, and I'm going to secure this with a little thread right there at the end so it doesn't come unraveled. Of course, you may do something totally different, which is totally fine. I'm just stuck in my ways, so to speak. Alright, I'm going to clip that and then tie it off. And then we can get started. Alright, you'll want to trim that right there, of course. So let me do it. Alright, now all my ribbon is together and it'll be easier to work with. Okay, now what I've done is I've put a little dab of glue at the very end of my clip, and I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to put that part that I secured with the thread right down on top. And I like to do this because I need something to hold that ribbon while I make my loops. Alright. See? Now it's not going to come off. Now what I do is you're going to take some of that thread and you're going to wrap it on the inside of your clip around the middle of this stack of ribbon. Wrap it and then tie it off, and it's going to give it more stability there. And then we can begin to form the loops. Okay, now comes the dreaded needle and thread part. In the original tutorial, if you go back, the very first one I did on the loopy bows or the bubble bows, I forgot what the title was, it's about 3 years ago. You will notice that I was working with my favorite, which is the elastic thread, and it's just so much easier for me, but I'm out, so we're going to use thread today. So here's what I did. I took my needle and thread, of course, and I'm going to put it right through the top ribbon. And we're just going to go ahead and start, just get it good and secure. Just wrap it around a couple of times. There you go. And now you can start forming the loops. Okay, now we need to start forming the loops. I've already got one loop formed. I need to do 3 more because I like 4 loops. And like I said, I like them about 2 inches high. This is about 2 inches high. And what you do is you're going to need to hold your needle and thread really tight in one hand, and you're going to be working with your other hand. And believe me, I wish I had like 5 hands to do this, but I don't. Alright, so just go ahead and form the loop, and you want to make sure that your loops measure exactly the same. You don't want no wonky loops. Alright, go ahead and hold that tight. Now take your needle and thread, and you're going to come around the loop and wrap it a good 2 to 3 times. And I'm using a nice upholstery thread so I can tug on it and it's not going to break. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap that 3 times. Alright, see, now we've got 2 loops. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and take your thread and weave it in the bottom. You can see all your work will be right there at the bottom. You can just take your thread and weave it in and out just to secure it to the back. But if you pull on it and you're holding it pretty tight, those loops are not going to move. Alright, so go ahead and finish up the other 2 loops, and then we can start the fun part. Okay, now we are finished with the loops. It's not looking pretty right now, but trust me, it's going to get better. And you've got all this excess ribbon. Don't worry about that. We're going to clip it. These are actually going to be our sides. And remember that long piece? See the back of your barrette? You can see all that thread. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come and you're going to feed the ribbon through that top prong as if you were, you know, covering up any other barrette. And then we're just going to glue it, and we're going to cover up all that nasty looking thread. Okay, see, I told you didn't have to worry about it being ugly on the back. That's going to cover up all your thread, so it's not going to be seen. It's also going to help your loops stay in place and not shift. And see how much I can tug on them with that upholstery thread. Alright, now these sides right here, go ahead and just give them a trim. I just do little angle cuts. And a swipe of the lighter to seal them all together. And now they're not as ugly, and they're not even going to be seen once you start fanning out your loops. Speaking of fanning out the loops, now we are going to do just that. Alright, so go ahead and take your loops and start pulling them out from one another. And I said that no paparazzi was in the middle, so my camera ribbons will go on each side. So just go ahead and give them a gentle tug for now. Do all 4 loops like this. Just tug on each one so they're not right on top of each other. If this is how you want your bow to look, that's fine. I like mine a little fuller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on these bottom. I'm just going to keep pulling until they're as far away from that middle as I can get. And see, you can tug and tug and tug because that thread is not going anywhere. So just keep tugging them until they are fanned out how you want them. Don't be scared, because you can always fluff that ribbon back up. Now see, I've got some cameras on the top, I've got cameras on the bottom, and then I've got that other ribbon right there in the middle. Alright, now once you have them tugged in the proper place that you are happy with, what I do is I get a paper plate, not a paper plate, like a styrofoam plate, or you can grab some aluminum foil, whatever you have, and I'm going to put my bow right there on that. Then I'm going to take my quick stiffen and I'm going to spray it a few times to get it good and crunchy, and it's also going to help it hold its shape. So once you have it in the desired shape, you're just going to take your Stiffen Quick or your hairspray and you're going to spray it. I'm not going to spray it too much, but enough. And then if you're still not happy, go in there and, you know, play with the loops a little bit more until it's good and fluffy and loopy and however you want it. Okay, now I've let my bow dry completely. It's been about 30 minutes since I sprayed the Stiffen Quick. It didn't take long to dry, so I went and did a little laundry while it was drying, and now it's dry. And as you can see, you can move it around and everything is pretty much going to stay where I put it. Now we can go ahead and start on your filler. Okay, now you can go ahead and get your filler ready because we can go ahead and start assembling that to the loopy bow. And as you can see, I've got some corkers. I've already cut them up into 4-inch strips. I've also got my ribbon. I'm using 3 pieces of different ribbons. I've got an organza and 2 prints, and I've got 3 stacks of those, and they measure 4 inches as well. And what I do is I layer my ribbon pieces in first. I don't add the corkers on top, so I'll just stack my ribbons up and I'll crease them in the middle and secure this with thread. You'll need your upholstery thread. So you'll have 3 ribbon stacks, and I'm going to insert those into my loops first, and then I'm going to come back and repeat with my corker ribbon and any other filler that I want. And this is just a habit that I prefer. You can go ahead and layer your corkers on top or all your pieces together and put them in at once, but like I said, this is just what I am accustomed to. Okay, now we're going to insert our ribbon stacks into the loops, creases here. Now you can come in here and lay it this way and wrap it with your thread or sew it, or you can lay it this way, or you can even put it at an angle and then just wrap it around the whole clip and secure it. We're going to do this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And don't worry if your loops are coming back together, because we're going to fluff it up one more time before. Okay, now we've got our ribbon stacks in there. You're going to take your ribbon stacks and you're just going to give them a tug and pull around so they're all spread out. Okay, now we're going to add our corker strips, and just like the ribbon stacks, I've got my 3 strips, my 3 layers, and I'm going to cinch them in the middle with the thread, and then we are going to put them right in the middle where we did the first original ribbon stacks. Okay, now that we have added the corker ribbon, we are going to give it another fluff, and we're going to spray it really good with the Stiff and Quick, let it dry, and then we're going to finish the bow off with our other filler. And the reason why I'm going to stop now and spray it is because this is all of the actual ribbon material that I'm going to use. Everything else is a different material, and if you spray it, it's going to be icky and sticky, and you don't want that. So you'll want to make sure you spray it before you add anything like tulle or marabou or any of the glittery, shimmery ribbons like the rhinestone and stuff. So go ahead and fluff it, spray it, and then we will finish it up. Okay, now once you have let the bow dry that last time, you can go ahead and add all your other filler in that is not ribbon material. All of that stuff that we didn't want to get sticky, and yeah, go ahead and add it and then give it a fluff again. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I do, because I like all of my filler to remain in the middle. I don't like it seeping out down here in between or at the bottom of my loops. I'm going to show you really quick what I do. I grab a hold of all 4 loops. You want to pull everything, all your fillers to the middle. Grab your loops, get a little bit of hot glue, and what I do is I stick that glue right in here just a little bit, and then I stick all of my loops together. And what this does is it serves as a barrier, because all of this will now be on top of it and it won't be coming down at the bottom or in between. I just like everything up here nice and fluffy. So just a little glue right in between, and then stick your bottom and your top loops together. You can leave these like they are, but that's going to let all of your goodies inside come to the top, and it'll be a lot more fuller, fluffier, and it'll give it a nice round look to it. Alright, and once you have added all your filler and you're completely done with the bow, what I like to do is take a felt circle and glue it to the back of my bow, because I'm going to cover up all those strings from when I attach my filler pieces, and it covers it up pretty good. Plus this is going to give it some more stability, because we don't want those loops and all that filler going anywhere, and believe me, it's not with that right there. Alright, and then you can attach your hardware and wear your clip. Alright, so thanks for watching me make a bow today, and I hope you guys liked the video, and hopefully I'll be back to my normal routine. And yeah, but visit me on the Facebook page and share your creations with me. See you later, guys.